Welcome into Juckonbucks. When you care about someone or something you're a part of, and there is scrutiny towards your organization, your program, the leader of your program, someone who works for you, you're under the microscope. The last thing you want to do is be a source of more negativity or shine the microscope on that issue further. If you do, what's it say about you? You either don't care, don't respect the person, don't respect the organization, you're just a flat out idiot. I don't know, but it says nothing positive about you and a whole lot negative. I've been saying for, I don't know, the last 4 months that as every single one of these continued arrests come out from Georgia for this driving situation stuff, it shows more and more these guys don't respect the program, the coaches, their teammates, the university, the community. They don't care at all. How could you possibly, with all the scrutiny that is being heaped on them about this one particular issue, and go out and do it again Thursday night? Georgia defensive back Daniel Harris arrested by the Athens Clarke County Police late Thursday night, reckless driving and 4 other misdemeanor charges. This one's wild, man. This kid, no seatbelt, whatever, tinted windows, whatever, no insurance. Okay, we figured. No license plate on the car. You look, you can get away cruising by once in a while with your windows tinted too dark, or your seatbelt off, or holding your cell phone. There's things they might not be in the mood to go stop you for. But 100% of the time, if you are driving without a license plate on the car, you're going to get popped, particularly if you're going over 100 miles an hour, which I read he was. I'm willing to guess there's a lot of you watching that have never driven over 100 miles an hour on a road. I can't say the same. I was a young idiot as well. I probably would have gotten kicked off of the Georgia football team, but they never would have recruited me because I was always an idiot, right? You don't recruit idiots into your program. There is an issue, man. There is a serious issue. Kirby told us that this team and these guys are the most educated people in the country when it comes to this particular issue. They have been since the deaths in the program for drag racing. And there have now been 25 incidents like this in Georgia where a player has been arrested since those 2 deaths that happened drag racing while drunk. A Georgia player, a Georgia staffer. At what point do we recognize here that the driving is just a symptom of a bigger issue? And the issue is there is no control in the Georgia program over a large chunk of this roster, a large chunk. You're always going to have, with 120 guys on a team, a dozen bozos, and there will be a rotate. You can get rid of that dozen, there'll be another dozen. Like, you're always going to miss. You're always going to bring in bozos, and young dudes are always going to screw up. But this is a large chunk of this team that just simply, after all this stuff, you absolutely don't give a damn, like not even a little bit. You don't care at all, because how many times is this going on that they're not getting popped? You don't care at all, man. The light shining on the program over this one thing, and you don't give a damn. They don't care. And we are going to see this manifest in another way. This is not going to be exclusive to this driving. We're going to see something happen in Georgia. It could be the first time things start going bad in the program. A couple of losses. And we've thought, some people, for a long time, even under Mark Richt, that if Georgia ever got a coach that was a killer, a dog, worked tirelessly, was just a bad dude, people wanted to work for, locked down the state of Georgia, it would be an animal. And, well, they got one. They certainly got one in Kirby. Kirby's a dog. Kirby's a great coach. People want to work for Kirby. And we have seen what you can do. I mean, they got it. So, by the way, the talent in the state of Georgia, even since Richt, has gone up tremendously. And, I mean, it's so good. You got to fit their size qualifications or they don't even look at you. Ohio State's been the recipient of a couple of those guys. Great football players. They couldn't possibly care less because they didn't meet their size requirements. A couple inches too short. That's how good they got it down there. And I think what we're seeing is a potential chink in the armor. There is a lack of some kind of control in this program, and we are going to see it manifest in some other way. There's no doubt about it. You cannot possibly go through what they've gone through and give this little of a crap so many of these guys if there was not a bigger issue. So I don't know what Kirby does. We know that he suspended Trevor Etienne for game 1 over his DUI. I don't think he was originally planning on doing that until Smail Mondon and whatever else happened after that. And now here we go again, right off the heels of that. If I'm a Georgia fan, man, I'm worried about the state of this program as far as that goes. How could you not possibly get this simple thing under control? And it's pretty clear there's a large portion of those kids that are Georgia's just a stop on the way to the NFL, and they could not possibly care less about Kirby, anybody else in the building, or the community around Georgia, Georgia as a whole. I mean, it's just, I don't know how you could argue against that statement at this point. I really don't. So I would be very concerned if this was happening at Ohio State.